Hello everybody, Nick Peternell here with mtg.one. Here for the wrap up with Death and Metal. Overall we went 3-2, but our game win percentage was significantly higher, 8-4. So, I think that was pretty solid results. The games that we lost were typically very, very close, and we got some wins that were not very close at all. I had some opponents who got significantly unlucky, and so I'm not one to discount, I'm not going to just confirmation bias and only look for the results that I like. We got lucky in a few places. I played poorly in a few more places. I think that two of those games, at least, we could have won if I'd have played a little bit differently. Against Affinity and one against the blue-white control in the very beginning. I like that we got to play against the huge. No, we didn't play the same deck twice. We got a ton of diversity in. We got to play against like an Obzon, like mid-range. We covered all of our bases, except for combo decks, I guess. I would have liked to have, fought against Ad Nauseam. I think that matchup's fantastic. Dredge is another one with 3 rest in pieces, and I don't know. Definitely so many decks in Modern that it's hard to say. It's so rare that you play against 2 decks that are the same deck in a row. Let's see. Let's open up this treasure chest. See if that's any good. Open one of these. Dismember. Hey, that's money. And a monastery siege. Wow. Wow. All right. All right. So what would we change going forward? What were some problems? I think that. So I had a discussion on Reddit about whether or not the removal in this deck is supposed to be Path to Exile or Fatal Push. And I kind of want to try this configuration. If we had had a Fatal Push in that last game, it still kills the Steel Overseer just fine, but we wouldn't have ramped our opponent into the monstrosity that is Ed's champion. And then we could have blown up their lands, and they would have just been stuck. I'm not saying that we win that game, but I think it's very close from that point. And then, I don't know. A lot of different things could happen, I guess. It's hard to say. Let's see. Thalia was, I think, pretty bad overall. I mean, I think it's fine. I don't know if it's worth a sideboard slot. You want your sideboard slots to be more impactful. The core Firewalkers were fine. Kataki would have been like the one way for me to get out of that situation in that last game. Made them sacrifice most of their board. I think they could have kept the Edge Champion, and that would have been it. Or like they could have kept Vault Scourge. So I think that's good. I think that like a couple more creatures in here would be fine. I mean, we're an Aether Vial deck at heart, but we hardly have. We have a lot of non-creature spells in here. In the main deck, I felt that everything was pretty smooth. Our hands all looked mostly the same, and they did the same powerful thing over and over again. And I think that our matches really showcased Smuggler's Copter in particular was just absurd when we had it, and just constantly discarding lands. I mean, we were very rarely over 4 lands, and that's huge in a deck like this. Dark Confidant was good. Tidehollow Sculler, still good. I think it's fine. I think I like where this build's at. I just need to get better at playing it. If you're interested in picking up this deck, definitely get your reps in, because there's a lot of decisions. I was playing slow, and I've played this deck a lot, and the decision trees are still really tough. And you have to think about so much stuff that you end up forgetting some of the simple stuff, like you have a Thalia in play and a Path in hand. So I think that's kind of a symptom of this archetype, is that it's very high skill for. And if you want to see success with it, you have to respect it and put in the time. A lot of people see Eldrazi and Taxes or Death and Taxes, and they think it's just like this weak deck, but they don't put in the time, and that's really what this deck asks of you. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me. It's been a blast. I had a ton of fun playing the deck, and go ahead and check out the rest of the content on mtg.one, and I'll see you next time.